So first, can I have everyone's names? You can start over here.
I'm Sylvia.
Sylvia.
I'm Bria.
Bria or Bria?
Bria.
Imani.
Imani.
Raquel.
Raquel?
Raquel.
Raquel. Okay, I'm sorry.
Catherine.
Catherine. Catherine. Okay. Taylor.
Anaya.
Anaya. I'm sorry, one more time.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Elisa.
Elisa, got it. All right, so one, I'm happy to be here today. So just a little bit about myself. So my name is Chanel. I currently, I'm in like the South Bay area. So if you know, if you've heard of like Carson area, that's where I'm currently at. So, but just a little bit about myself. So my passion is dance. Everything that I do, it incorporates dance. Does anyone like dancing here? Some dancers are like half a room dancers, half a room. You know you all are dancers, though. Not to say I'm going to have us dancing today, but you know, you never know what can happen. But my passion is dance, and so I've been dancing since I was a little child, right? So once I got older, into my teenage years, I realized that I really wanted to study dance in college as well. So I decided to go to college at Cal State Fullerton. Does anyone know where Fullerton is? By any chance?
Oh yeah.
What do you know about it?
Oh, what is it? Oh my goodness. It's like an hour and 40 minutes away from here.
Yeah. So I passed by it. I was like, yep, I remember these drives down here. Yeah. So it's in Orange County,
Yeah.
right? So have you ever been to Cal State Fullerton?
I haven't.
Okay. So I studied at Cal State Fullerton. I went in what they call undeclared. Does anyone know what undeclared means when you go into college undeclared? So that means that you really kind of don't know what you major or what you want to study, maybe what you want to do. So you go in just like trying different things, right? Trying all these different various pathways that you can do. And so think about that. So I went in like that, but although I knew I wanted to dance, right? So I decided to later change my major to dance. And then one day I took a class in teen pregnancy. And I changed my mind and said I wanted to learn sociology. So does anyone know what sociology is? Probably heard of psychology, but what about sociology? Looks like you're thinking about it. So with sociology, I actually get to study the way that we act. Why do we do what we do in society? Why are like even all these laws in place? Like think about even this group that you're in, right? So I would even study, why are you in this group? What are you learning from this group? How can this group actually help your life? So I did that. So think about this. I decided to study two different, completely different things, right? So dance and sociology. But I ended up getting injured. So I had to change my major, go off track, and only do sociology. So then after that, I took a year off of school, and I decided I was just gonna dance. And that's all I did for a year. Yep, a whole year's dance. Dance company, I have my own dance company, dance ministry, so did our own thing. And then I decided I want to go back and get a master's degree. So have you ever heard of a master's degree? Anyone? Anyone thinking about, after you finish your bachelor's degree, you want to get a master's degree? Yes, that's a good thing, yes. Oh, sorry, I thought you had something to add. But think about think about this. So now I decided to go back to school to get my master's degree. So I decided to get my master's degree in sociology. But the unique part is that I was able to study dance and sociology at Cal State Dominguez Hills. So I went from Cal State Fullerton to Cal State Dominguez Hills. Then I took another year off, and I decided I wanted to dance some more again. So I did a year of dance. And then I decided, through some prayer, conversations with my parents and everything, and mentors, that I wanted to get a doctorate degree. So has anyone ever heard of a doctorate degree? Does anyone know the different types of doctors that you can be outside of medicine? So there are various types or different types of doctorate degrees that you can get. So if you like business, you can get a doctorate degree in business. If you like physical therapy, you can get a doctorate in physical therapy. If you like psychology, so counseling people, you can get a doctorate in psychology. But I decided to get my doctorate in education, specifically looking at education and leadership. So my goal was I wanted to complete this program by the age of 30. And so I worked very, very hard, went through some challenges. Even during this time, my grandmother passed away, put me in like a deep sadness, depression, and everything, but I still had to push through all these different challenges to finish this degree. And so I was able to finish by the age of 29, a few months later, turned 30. So think about this. You can complete whatever your educational goal, you can complete that on your pathway in your own time. So think about that. So you don't have to wait for it. You can just jump in and say, I'm going to do it. So today our focus is really going to be on education. So first I want to ask you, what do you think education is? So I'm going to pass around these posters. Everyone have like pens or pencils to write with? Okay, cool. So each person, you're going to have your own post-it. And the question that you're answering is, what is education? Sorry. So again, it's what is education? And think about it, it's what it means to you. So not what Webster's dictionary tells you, not what Google tells you, not what Wikipedia tells you, not what your parents tell you, not what your friends tell you, but what you believe education is. So again, I want you to think about that. Think about how in education, which we're going to get to a little later, but think about how education is what you want to learn. It could be different knowledge that you gain. Think about books perhaps that you've read. Think about even with this program. Is this an educational program? Is this a way that you can learn different types of education? So think about that. So everyone should be writing. We're going to jump into that. So again, it's what education is to you in some type of way. Is there any more pens?
Yeah, you need some pens?
Yeah. Or if you want to, or do you want to use marker? All right, marker. So if you don't have a pen, I do have some markers with you if you prefer marker, but pencil, pen, whichever you choose is fine. So again, you're answering the question is what is education? So I'm gonna give us a few more seconds. So what is education? And you hear it all the time. Think about how you're all in school. So education, it means something. So if you already have what your meaning is, I'm gonna ask if you just like put the post-it on the board, the whiteboard. You can put it under the question. One more. Don't rush. Don't put no pressure on her now. Don't have to stress in her life. So think about this. Think about how you all just put up these different meanings, so these different definitions of what education is to you. So I kind of read over some, but I'm going to have you like speak out loud like once I get to yours. Did everybody remember what theirs is? Remember what you wrote? Don't forget it, okay? So I'm going to go to each one. And then I'm gonna ask like a question of you of like, how did you come to that or anything like that, right? So let's go to the first one. So education is to learn new skills. Who wrote that one? Can you remember? Someone who has a blue marker and a pen. Okay, so education is to learn new skills. How did you come up with that, would you say?
I don't know, it's for like in school.
School, mhm.
Skills and
Yes. Don't say you don't know, you know, it's in you, it's in you. You never want to tell yourself that you don't know because your body will start believing that. So you gotta change the way you speak it out. So you know, you told me that because I'm in school and I learned different skills. So that's your answer. All right, so let's go to the next one. So one says preparing for your future and learning new things. Looks like maybe a purple pen. Okay, right here. All right, so how did you come up with that one?
because if you don't go to school, you're not gonna be able to, you're basically not gonna be able to.
So did everyone hear what she said? One more time, a little louder. Just a little bit. You got this.
If you don't go to school, you're not gonna be able to do anything with your life.
Okay, so if you don't go to school, you're not gonna be able to do anything with your life. So think about depending on which pathway you choose, that may stop you from doing certain things. Alright. Okay. So next we have education is a type of learning. Yes, how did you come up with yours?
It's just a way that you learn what works for you.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so how you learn what works for you. So we'll actually get to that too a little later. So I have mental or physical growth. Yes.
Because education isn't just school. You can go to the gym and educate about your body and stuff like that.
Yes. So now we see education now connecting to the mind, to the body, how we educate ourselves that way. All right. So let's go to, I say one that says learning. Yes.
If you go to school, you can like learn science and like physical math.
Okay. Okay, so you get to learn all these different types of subjects and everything. True. All right, so then I have education is a type of learning about anything and how you learn it. Okay.
It's the way you learn and how and what works for you.
Okay, so how you learn it and what works for you. That's interesting too. So think about that even when it comes to your study habits and how we learn too. All right, so now I have education teaches children life lessons to prepare them for their futures. Okay. All right.
Well, the reason why I wrote that is because, like, education can teach children to do certain things that can help them in their future lives. Like, prepare them for a type of job that they want.
Okay. Right, so you're learning these different lessons and then it can prepare you for that job that you want. It may prepare you for if you're in the gym, since I hear some people talk about gym and mental, so it could prepare you for that. So think about that. All right, then we have, it's when you learn different types of subjects. Okay.
Well, when you learn different subjects, it's like learning all these kind of stuff that
Okay.
make you gain like an education to learn all of it.
Okay, so learn those different subjects. And then lastly, we have education to me is independence. Yes.
I wrote that because sometimes you have to leave the people that are in your life to learn more, and you can't always hold on to everyone.
Okay.
So that's why I wrote
Okay. I like what you added there. So think about this. We all just have all these different definitions or meanings of what education is. So think about that. Think about how you are we all like middle school, high school here, or? So think about this. Think about actually what you actually do and what you actually learn when you're in middle school and high school. So think about this. When you're actually in your classrooms, I want you to go back to what you wrote on these posts, right? So now are you actually learning in your classrooms? Are you the person that is taking that time to make sure that you learn the material that your teacher or instructor is teaching? Are you making sure that you are then taking the skills that you learn, and then are you then applying it to your life? So is there anyone here, is there any subjects that you just do not like per se? Yes, what's math? That always comes up, math, okay. Anyone else? Science. Math and science, really? Anyone else? Yes. Oh, we gotta work on that today. So think about this. Think about all these subjects that we say that we don't like, including if it's every subject, right? But think about what you can actually learn from this. So like for myself, I used to always say I don't like math once I got to college. So when I was in high school, middle school, no problem with it. Once I got to college and they told me I had to take all the statistics, I was like, how does this even apply to my life? This has had nothing to do with this. When is I'm not going to use this? When, right? So it ended up following me actually, not just while I was in my undergraduate, but it followed me when I went to go get my master's degree, and then it followed me when I went to get my doctorate degree, and then guess what? It just followed me in the interview I just had on Friday. So all these subjects that we say we don't like, think about how if we kind of grab hold to them. I know you said you don't like all, but think about what you can learn from them. Think about how even if you just take just 1 point from this math, just add it. Think about how many times, yes, we live in a society to where we go to the stores and everything, and we always have our phones with us, right? So we feel like we can add that way, but what if you don't have none of that? What if a person decides to cheat you out of your money because you didn't want to learn math? So think about how we can use these different skills, right? All right, so now we're going to move on to now talking about, we kind of already stopped with there, but think about now how we have not just all these different subjects that are in regards to education and learning, but think about how we have different types of degrees or different ways to even learning these different skills, right? So how many people would say you actually want to go to college? Not because your parents told you that you have to go or somebody else told you, but you really want to go to college. All right, this is a good thing, right? High fives all around. Gotta get there, right? But college?
Well, actually, I don't want to go to college.
Oh, okay.
I just want to have my job. I don't actually want to go to college because extra education for what? I don't want to go back to school. I just got out of school for being in school for 12 years. I'm kind of done.
Okay.
But I have to go back because I want to do what I want to do.
Okay, but what do you want to do then? Let's start there. Or do you know?
Psychology.
Psychology. So what do you want to do with psychology? Have you thought about that yet?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll have someone to get you connected to for that. But think about this. For psychology, I want you specifically now, your homework is now to research the type of jobs you can get just being a psychologist.
Yeah, research. I have to research.
But now you have to go to college.
Yeah.
Yep, so you can't ignore college. Nope, you cannot ignore it at all, right? But I want you to think about this. Think about even if you were to go to college and you earn that psychology degree, think about this. Think about the more that you gain through the process, the more that you're going to be able to know, and then you're going to be able to share with other people as well. And then in some instances, depending on how many degrees you now get in psychology, what else goes with that?
More money.
Yes, more money. So the more degrees you have, the more chances you have of actually earning more money. So think about that. So have you ever heard of, per se, a BA or BS degree? Anyone? Yes? Or what have you heard? Want to say about it, per se? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
You heard of it? Anyone else? You heard of BA or BS?
I know
degree?
BA is Bachelor of Arts,
Mm-hmm.
and BS is Bachelor of Science.
Yes, correct. Anyone else heard anything about BA or BS? All right, so I want you to think about this. So we have education, right? And then we have all these different degrees that we can get. So you can have a BA, BS, you can have an AA, an AS, you can have a doctorate. You can have a master's degree. And there's several more, right? So I did this out of order on purpose, right? Because I want you to think about this. Think about has anyone ever heard of someone actually maybe going to school and they earn that bachelor's degree, right? So that bachelor's degree is what you get when you first enter into college. And so that's when you're known as an undergraduate. So have you ever known someone that perhaps maybe has gone to college and they earned that BA degree, but then they jump right into a doctorate program? So they don't even get the in-between stuff? Have you ever known someone do that? Well, you can. So even, I'm going back to you now, because you jumped in there with that psychology, so I'm always going to come back. So think about this. You can actually earn your BA or BS in psychology, and you can pick then a graduate school that you want to go to, that you want to attend and learn from, and you can earn your master's degree while you're working on a doctorate degree. So think about that. Education may not be that bad now, right? Think about that. You work on 2 degrees at one time. So I actually know someone who chose that route. So yes, so we have a BA and a BS, so that would be your Bachelor's of Arts and then a Bachelor's of Science degree. But then what if you decide that you want to attend a community college? What community colleges do you all know? Of anywhere, not just California. Anybody know any community colleges? Yes.
RCC.
I'm sorry, what is it?
RCC.
RCC, okay. Anyone else? Community colleges. Yes. Well, they used to be called junior colleges, but yeah. So we have different community colleges that you can go to. And so at a community college, that's where you go to school for 2 years. However, it could be longer. But that's where you can earn that AA degree, so Associate of Arts degree or Associate of Science degree. But what's unique about a community college is that you can actually decide, I don't want to get a degree, and I just want to work on a certificate. So it may be less classes than that degree. It may be preparing you for a job in your field. So is anyone perhaps maybe interested in like nursing, medical fields? Okay. What do you know, like what about nursing or anything that has like drawn you to that?
It was my mom.
Okay.
She likes to nurse. And
Okay.
So I want to grow up and be like my mom.
Okay. I was that way when I got my master's, so change. So think about this. You can actually then go get you or earn a certificate in nursing. And this is at all different types of community colleges. So like specifically, think about this. There are over 100 community colleges in California alone. So you have that opportunity to actually gain that certificate or that Associate of Arts degree or that Associate of Science degree. Is anyone in here attend a high school and you heard that if you graduate, you can get 2 years or 1 year free college? You heard of it? What school do you go to? If you don't mind me asking.
San Jacinto Innovation School.
Okay. So what have they told you about it? Or what have you learned about it per se?
I just heard about it.
Okay.
I just moved to the school.
Okay. Anyone else you heard that you can earn this 1 year to 2 years free college? So think about this. Now, not just in California, but in other states too, depending on how you graduate high school, right? So you still gotta have like that high GPA and everything, but think about this. You can earn up to 1 year to 2 years free at a community college. So think about that. You do not have to pay for college financially. Your parents do not have to pay financially. Your friends don't have to pay financially. So think about 2 whole years to get a free education. Now it will cost you your time. It will cost you your energy. Because now you have to be active and do the work, but think about that, 2 whole years. So does that change your mind now about education and going back for a degree?
Not really.
Not really? It's gonna be real rough for you to stay in psychology without the degree. I'm just gonna be honest with
I'm
you.
gonna do it. I'm probably not gonna enjoy the science,
Okay.
but I'm pretty good at that.
But you know what? You can connect the science to something that you like. So find something that you are truly passionate about, that you love to do. Because like for myself, when I had to learn, you go to college and you have to learn all these different theories and they just kept throwing all this different stuff at me. I was like, I am not understanding what's happening. I'm not remembering none of this stuff, what is happening. So what do I have to do? I had to go back to what I love, dance. And so I would connect it to dance. I would create a dance about the theory. I would create a dance about the math. I played piano, so then I started using the piano to help teach me math and science. So find something that you truly love, that truly motivates you, that you are passionate about, and it'll help. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that it's just gonna be easy still with that subject that you don't like. It's still gonna be rough, but that's gonna help you to overcome these different challenges and everything. All right, so now let's look at the master's degree. Who has heard about like master's degrees? Anyone? Yes.
I've heard of it.
Okay. It's fine. Anyone else? You heard of a master's degree? All right, so that master's degree, that MA or MS, is just a graduate level. So now you've already graduated with your BS or BA degree, and now you're going even higher to earn that master's degree. Now that master's degree, now I'm going back to psychology. I'm gonna keep on getting you. Keep on. So think about this. For your master's degree, usually it takes people, let's say, 2 to 3 years to do this. But what if I were to tell you that you can shorten your time? So I shortened my time. My master's program was a 2-year program. And I got in and I said, you know what? I'm tired of school. I'm tired of classes. I've been in school from high school to college. I'm tired. So what I did is I worked really hard one semester, and it cut down to 1 semester. So I finished my master's in a year and 1 semester. So that was easy breezy. And everybody always asks me, like, how did you do that? You have to really stay committed, focused to it. So someone had put on there, posted independent, and you talked about like how you have to sometimes break away from certain people or friends. That's what I had to do. I had to go find a different group of people to even be with, still have my best friends, but had to go by myself per se, and God, right? He had to guide me there to actually know, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm committed to. And then lastly, let's talk about the doctorate degree. So have any of you thought about the fact that you can be a doctor? Yes, what type of doctor?
I want to be a pediatrician.
Pediatrician? Okay, yes.
Neurosurgeon.
I'm actually going to go see one of those this week. Okay, anyone else? Yes.
Pediatrician.
Nutrition, you said?
Pediatrician.
Pediatrician, sorry. Anyone else? So think about this. For the doctorate degree, you can get a doctorate degree in all that you just named, but you can even get a doctorate degree. Did you have your hand? Yes. Author. I'm writing down. It's a long process, but you can do it. You can do it. Think about this. You can get a doctorate degree in understanding English or communication. You can get that doctor's degree in a medical field. You can get that doctorate degree to be even a psychologist, right? A counselor, a therapist. And you can even get a doctorate degree in education. So like that's what I earned in leadership. So think about this. Think about how you all have that opportunity to go for whatever you want, whatever is in your pathway, whatever is designed for you. You have the power to do so. Now what's unique is that for all of us in this room, including those back there, hopefully you guys all kind of talk about this, but because of our skin color, because of our race, it gets a little harder for us. Even for myself, I was told plenty of times, even in job interviews, I've been told that I don't look like a doctor. And it's not because of how I dress. It's not because of my hair. Yes, this is different, you know, for people now, natural hair. But because of my race, because of my skin color. So it will be some hurdles, some challenges that you have to go through. But again, I want to remind you that you can do it. So you can be that neurologist. You can be that neuro doctor. I may be seeing you years from now about something, right? So what we're gonna do now is I want you to have, or hopefully you thought about, I want you to write down like what your passion is. So think about what it is that you wanna do, what excites you, what gives you energy, what gives you life, what keeps you going. So like you said, you want to be an author. That could be what guides you, being able to write. So think about that. So I'm gonna give you a few minutes to, again, you're answering the question of what is your passion? Sorry, these should be different colors, but it's gonna work. I think I might have gave you two. And sorry, I didn't get your two names. I know you came in later. Leilani and Janai. Sorry. Right. Alright, so you're answering the question of what is your passion? Yes, when you have it, just make sure that you put it on the board, please. So then the question is, what is your passion? So again, what is your passion? So just like how I talked about when I first came in, my passion is dance. And then I've been blessed with the opportunity to actually connect dance to sociology. So when I teach sociology, I use movement in dance and art. And then I've been able to connect it to education, how to use the arts in education. And then I've been able to connect it to leadership. So how to use dance and art in your leadership style. So again, what is your passion? What is it that makes you smile, brightens up your day, gives you life, speaks to you, speaks to your heart? Is everyone done? All right. All right, so I'm gonna start here. So let's go with owning my own beauty salon. Have some entrepreneurs in here. This is good. Who is this? Yes. Why owning your own beauty salon? Or what sparks to you about that?
I like to generate the work and things to do that and I don't want to work with anyone.
Okay. Don't want to work for anybody else. So entrepreneurship, that is a pathway to education. I'm an entrepreneur, so I believe firmly that you can start your own business, work for yourself. Again, is it going to be some rough moments even with that? Yes, but the thing is, it's yours. It's your business. Think about that. So let's go to helping other people. Yes, sorry.
It just feels good to me to help other people.
Okay, so it feels good to help other people. So I know you mentioned like a career in the medical field, so is that perhaps even why you want to go into that field? So think about that. If you do love helping people, think about how there are different careers with helping people. So not just in the medical field. You can be a counselor for somebody. You can be a caretaker, a caregiver. So think about all these different routes that we have to even help people. Let's go with my passion is to be a something. Greatness here. Loud voice and everything.
I want to become a dance teacher because I really like dancing.
Okay.
I grew up around people dancing
Okay.
in my family. So, and I'm also on a dance team at my school.
Okay.
So that's why.
Okay. So becoming a dance teacher. Think about how you'll be able to provide. You can study different dance education. Even right now, right? You said you're on the dance team. Do you teach other children or other youth or even adults dance? Have you thought about that? How old are you?
I'm
12. So I was 12 years old when I was over my first dance group at a church. 12 years old, being over people who were 3 times my age. So think about this. You can do that now. There can be someone that actually wants you to teach dance to the people at their organization. So think about that. Alright, so let's look at my passion is art. Alright, artists.
I guess I put that because I don't know. Sometimes I like drawing.
Okay, you like drawing. So now, I want you to say that again, but I want you to take out the I don't know.
Sometimes I like to draw.
Yes, so sometimes she likes to draw. So you could want to be an artist. I may hire you one day in the future to be my graphic designer, to make a logo for me. Think about that. So let's go with my passion is writing and drawing. Yes.
So in the future, I want to be an author
Okay.
and illustrator.
Okay. So I have a
It
question.
would be pretty cool if I wrote my own books.
Yes, very cool. It's yours. What type of books do you write? Have you thought about that?
Fictional books.
Okay, fictional books. So do you write now?
Right.
Why not right now? Because you said in the future. But did you know that you can start right now? You can be an author right now. You can start writing now today. Like at this moment, you can start writing. That's how simple it is. Literally, like, see everything that you even have in this notebook, right? This is stuff that you're writing. You just wrote on these posters today. You can ask me, Kay, can I take this back because I'm gonna add this to my next book. That's how simple it starts. Literally, you just start there and look at. One day we're gonna be reading all her books that she just came out with. All right, so let's go to counseling or helping people with life and changing lives. Okay. Yes.
Because I like making people feel better, and I'm usually the one that my friends come to help them with their issues
Okay.
and stuff like that, and I like giving them advice.
Okay. So see, I'm gonna see you with that psychology degree real soon then, huh? I'm gonna make sure I stay connected to you. Like y'all make sure we stay connected because you know the pathway is here. You done spoken, all you gotta do is now start time this action and take that action now. Alright, so let's go to entertainment, music, and acting. Yes.
I don't know.
You do know, you wrote it.
I just like singing.
Okay.
Entertainment.
Okay. Right. See, at least you caught yourself this time. I love it. So think about this. You said you like singing and everything, right? So think about this. We have singers, dancers in the room, authors. Do you know what the 3 of you could do? So you could be singing, doing the entertainment side. She could be writing about it, producing it, helping. She could be helping you with the stage and giving you dances and stuff. Look at that. All 3 of you have jobs right there. Your own businesses. All right, so let's do, which part am I at? So my passion is to get into a volleyball team at school. Anyone, right? Here.
My passion is to get into the volleyball team at school because I just enjoy volleyball.
Okay.
Even though, like, I am planning to become a neurosurgeon in the future when I'm an adult, like, I still enjoy volleyball.
Yes.
I just like to play it during PE.
And that's a good positive aspect to have. Why? Because even if you do decide to go into medicine, guess what? You can use volleyball as like your stress relief. So anytime I get like majorly stressed, it's crazy in life, people get on my nerves, parents get on my nerves, children get on my nerves, dancers get on my nerves, everybody get on my nerves. I said, hallelujah, see, yeah, it happens. Yes, people just, but I just use dance. So I started dancing, I'll go stretching, I could be anywhere and just dance. And so I use that to actually help them actually be my stress reliever so that I can have like that balanced life. And then I think I'm missing a little order. So my passion is to get into any kind of doctor like thing. Okay, right here.
I want to be in something that like a doctor would do because I feel like they're more successful and
Okay.
they help people.
Right? Sorry.
And they help people.
Okay.
And so like I like to help people.
Okay, so loving to help people. So you have different type of doctors that you can be just for helping people. So I would encourage you and anyone else that's looking to help people to actually research helping profession. Because there's going to be all these different type of careers that come up with that. I think we have one more. So what about drawing and to be a great drawer? Yes.
I like to draw because it's like my passion to do it.
Okay.
Like to draw animals and
Okay.
figures
Okay.
and persons.
Okay. So you love to draw. So have you thought about do you draw now? Do you keep your drawings? Good. Have you showed them to anyone? No. What? You can have your own gallery opening. Have you even shared in this group any of your drawings? You can have a gallery showing with your peers here. You can even send them to me. You never know who you can connect with that may be able to help you even in education or your careers. So I encourage everybody here to actually network, connect with other people. So just within the people that we have here, we named all these different pathways that we have in education, and think about how we all connect to each other in some type of way. How much?
Couple minutes.
Okay, so think about that. So think about how you can connect with someone in some type of way. Think about how in education is exactly what you want to do. Now, I would encourage all of you to, yes, make sure that you have prayed about it and you know and believe where you're supposed to be because, again, it's your pathway. It's your pathway, no one else. So we see, like from today, we all have this aim of education. So I want us all to stand up. And you two can come like around, kind of your hand out. So we all talked about education. You gave me all your definitions of education. Sorry, Sue, you weren't in here, but I'm gonna get to you. But think about it again, like how we all stated like what we wanted to do, what we are passionate about. Think about how you can take your passion and that can be your education. So no, it may not be that you choose this full college route, but think about the different classes and courses that you can take to actually help to educate what you're passionate about. Think about how you can go ahead and get those different degrees. You can do that now. You can start now. Even those of you that are in high school, you can be taking college classes now. You can earn an AA or AS degree while you're in high school now. So I want everyone to repeat after me. My aim.
My aim.
That was like real low. That was like low, low, low. So my aim.
My aim
Is education.
education.
One more time. My aim.
My aim
Is education.
education.
Now we're going to add something to it. So my aim.
My aim.
Oh, y'all didn't do it. My arm moved. So my aim.
My aim.
One more time. My aim.
My aim.
My aim.
My aim.
My aim. I don't see yours up. My aim. My aim
My aim
is
is
education.
education.
So I want you to take that with you. Make it your own. Make it what you believe. Anything that you are passionate about, educated about, you can do it. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your parents did, grandparents did, anything like that. You can do it. Believe in yourself. I even heard you all do the affirmation when I stepped in here. Believe in that affirmation. Say it with you on a daily basis. Believe that you can do it, all right? All right? That don't even sound like confidence. Y'all really